Maine Preservation has announced their annual list of the most endangered historic places in Maine. The list is made each year to highlight the facilities and bring attention to the projects being done to improve them. Some of the places on the list are historic places located within the Steve Powell Wildlife Management Area in Swan Island, Demanda's Bowling Alley in Ellsworth, the Jonathan Fisher House, and the Winter Harbor Historical Society Museum. For the full list and more information, you can go to our website.